Hey guys, welcome back. How we doing today? We're just gonna go over the Stokk the Broken fusion plan. Again, I was proven right that this guy is gonna be pretty good for arena, especially and siege, especially with the ogre and tribes, faction unity champion, Gizmac, all that fun stuff. All you need for this guy is what I saw in Nubkex's video and from what my clan leader Choco Puma and I had discussed. This guy's gonna need a lot of accuracy for arena. Okay, his main job is going to be keeping the team alive and destroying Stone Skin, all that fun jazz. So I'm happy that I called that right. This guy, what I've seen from other content creators, like Trent Boozer and those guys, he is not as fast as Theodore the Savant when it comes to soloing content or duoing content, but he can still do it. You know, Ice Golem, Dragon, he can do spider stuff if you need it. But I think all around he's going to be really a siege and arena champion. I'm putting my money back down on that because of what I saw out of Nubkex's video and how he's working with the Stone Skin meta. All you gotta do is put this guy in one part of intercept, I think it is, right? Or so it's the intercept buff. It's the Odin, it's that Odin set that we got. You need him in one of that and probably Stone Skin, make him fast with high accuracy. He'll do the job for you. But with all that being talked about, as you can see, starts tomorrow, November 25th, and it'll be done on the 9th. We're going to go over what I personally think you can do to, because you can skip 30 fragments in this entire fusion, okay? You get 20 extra from leaderboards, so we're down to 110. So you can skip 10 fragments total if you're not going to be like pushing for first place, okay? And personally, I think, which usually everybody ends up doing this, is you're going to usually skip 10 in the Summon Rush or 10 in the Champion Chase tournament, is generally where people like to skip, because shards are the lifeblood. They are the currency of the game, and that is where you are going to skip because say you don't have enough shards. Say you don't want to use those shards because there's maybe a guaranteed event coming up. And that's where honestly I would recommend everything too, for like if you're going to skip. I would skip honestly probably 10 in the Summon Rush at the end. And I say at the end because there have been people where they think they have enough shards, you know, or I'm sorry, enough fragments, and they get to the end, they do the last Summon Rush, and they go, shit, I'm actually short like 5 or 10. And then, you know, then you get the offer pack to be like $2 a shard. There you go. You can buy what you need, and it's going to cost you, what, $10, $20. I don't recommend that. Honestly, if you were just wanting to be like a big fuck you, I don't really, like, I want to do the fusion, but I don't want to waste all the resources, but I'm okay spending money, then I would recommend you could go for 50 shards, 55 shards, and then spend the $90 to $100 for the other fragments if you so choose. Plarium will give you an offer for the fragments as long as you have collected at least 50. That is what I've seen. It's pretty consistent throughout every fragment fusion. So just a heads up on that. Now you guys know how I am, where I'll put up my, you know, warning sign, my warning label before the summoning vids for soulstones, shards, stuff like that. Again, for this situation, you know me, I'm telling you, listen, don't, if you don't want to, if this isn't your main hobby, if this isn't the thing that brings you the utmost joy in life, if this thing is not causing you financial distress, then feel free to spend on it. It's a fucking game. All right. It's fun. It's dark fantasy. We all love it. It's honestly I'm going to argue this game is still one of the juggernauts in its class. This is a lot of copium here. A lot of people are like, dude, fucking opus, coping, open. You know what I mean? Open, coping. Fucking dumb. Anyways, but I would recommend if you don't want to do like a lot, you want to take a break for the holidays, but you still want this fusion, do 50 fragments in the fusion, and then at the end of the fusion, wait for the offer for 50 fragments. It's going to cost you $100 because they charge you $2 per fragment you're missing. Okay. Or whatever, you know, you can go up to whatever you want. So, but if you don't want to spend any money like that and you've been hoarding resources like myself, then obviously go through the whole thing. And I would wait until the end down here to the Summon Rush to skip these 10. Okay. So just pick up the 5 in the Summon Rush. I don't know how they're going to have the Summon Rush structured. I want to say they're going to have 5 fragments in the beginning and then 10 for the second milestone, but I don't know. I feel like that's usually what they do because there's 15 in the Summon Rush. So, or they could be really weird and be like, oh, you know, whatever. Yeah, I was like, oh, we could do fractions. No, you can't. No, you can't. But without further ado, let's go over for the plan. So, starting Monday, we have a Fire Night tournament plus a champion training tournament. For you to double dip points, right, in Fire Night and champion training, wait until Tuesday the 26th to start because that's when the Dungeon Divers begins, okay? Then with the silver that you're getting from that, there will be an artifact enhancement event starting on Wednesday. I would wait to start doing the artifact enhancement because then on Thursday we have a spider tournament. And as everybody knows, and what I've said in multiple videos now, spider is a graveyard. Actually, almost every dungeon is now a graveyard. Most of those sets are not needed anymore, especially when you can just forge the better sets and you can go in Curse City and get the better sets. Truly. And then the Forge Pass even has better sets if you want to pay some money for the Forge Pass. So, just a heads up there. Spider, again, graveyard. So all you're doing is farming silver. So for Spider, for that tournament, I always recommend doing stage 10. You're going to get the most bang for your buck for energy. And you're going to get a ton of silver off of it. If you want even more silver, then do stage 20. But I do not recommend doing Spider hard 10 or 25. You're losing resources doing those stages for something that you're not going to get a better piece that you're really looking for. At this point in the game, for people, most of us anyways, endgame guys, you're looking for supersonic gear, that banners, protection gear, banners, stuff like that. Because banners really are the only thing right now that matter that come out of Spider because you want the speed rolls. Because still, in this day and age, speed is king. Speed is still king, and that's totally fine. There are go second teams, but you still have to be fast, like around 300 plus speed. It's just what it is. But yeah, Spider's just a silver farm. So farm up your silver in Spider. Wait to do artifact enhancement if you're hurting on silver. And then, yeah, so just wait until the Spider tournament comes up. They both coincide. Then we have the easy gimme points, you know, so you have the classic arena takedown. That's 5 there. Then we have the first champion summoning. Essentially, it's not an event, but this is the tournament. It's going to be starting on Friday, November 29th. On this, I guarantee you, on Tuesday, Plarium will release and do a prism pool for the new Undead Faction Unity Champion. And they will most likely be doing a Sand Devil tournament, which you usually do now every week. That's going to give you 1 free summon. And I feel, more than likely, in this Dungeon Divers event, there will be more prism crystals to collect for another summon. Ping me and pin me right here, baby girls, because that's what's going to happen. They always do that. So there's definitely going to be a Sand Devil tournament going on, plus this Dungeon Divers event. Right before this Champion Chase tournament, they're going to do that for the new Faction Unity Champion. He's going to be in the summon pool for those prism crystals. Wait to summon until Friday morning, because I'm pretty sure the prism event's going to start on Tuesday, and then it's going to end early Friday, or it's going to end Friday night, Saturday morning, for me anyways. So, heads up there, okay? Keep your head on a swivel. And if I'm right, I mean, I just notice patterns, man. I'm just a human. We notice patterns. I may or may not go deep in that prism event, in that prism pool, to try and get that Faction Unity Champion. If you did watch Bronco's video, he is being fixed. The Unity Champion has no cap on his revive for getting 20% increase in his damage off one of his off himself. So Bronco per hit with the Faction Unity Champion was doing like 27 million damage on a non-weak hit. On a weak hit with the Poison Cloud up, he was still doing like 2.6 million damage. So we were running into another corpulent cadaver situation. Okay, so heads up there. So I know it's a little bit of a tangent on the fragment event calendar, but that's what personally I will be doing. I will be waiting for the prism shards to come up. I will buy. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna buy first time ever, Prism crystals, because I'd like to get another faction unity champion. Because actually, I want to show you something. I got lucky yesterday. I just want to gloat about this, and I got Teox, the Legate Teox. I didn't expect to get him. I only had 21 ancient shards. I'm fresh off Mercy. I got Noble was my last legendary, and I kept him because I might need him for Curse City at some point. Where'd he go? I already had a Noble before that. I fed him into Ninja. So I was fresh off Mercy. And I was like, fuck it, I'll open 20. And then the second 10, I got Legate Teox. So there you are. But anyways, let me pull this back up. But yeah, I'll be going deep into the Prism pool to try and see if I can't get that new faction unity champion. I guarantee you a lot of people are going to be doing that because Undead is one of the most popular factions in Siege, Live Arena. Heads up on the Siege, though, you need a level 2 stronghold to have the Undead faction as a condition. So, and also expect a lot of mirror matches. It's going to be Siffy, Valkonen, UDK, and the new guy. So, heads up. And if you are wanting to try and mimic what the new guy would do in Hydra, I'm sorry, they're already going to fix it, which is good. Fix it before he's released so people don't get pissed. But the combo was Valkonen would kill his own teammate, which is he's the only person on the whole game that can do that. He would kill the undead guy, and then Siffy would revive the dead guy, and then they would just keep redoing that. So, kind of a heads up there. So, I'm sorry, long tangent. I'm really going to have to, I actually will this time have to put brackets in the video for that. But anyways, yeah, Champion Chase Tournament. So, hold your Prism Shards until this pops, and then pop them then. Or you can even just leave them, not summon them, and then when you log in after they expire, they go to your inbox, and then they will count for the tournament. So that's kind of a thing. Again, Dungeon Divers event's going to reprise itself here. It will overlap with the Spider tournament a little bit for a day, and then it'll be done. Personally, I would just use your Spider tournament and then finish the first Dungeon Divers. Don't do the second Dungeon Divers until Ice Golem starts on the 2nd, okay? Which is going to be a Monday. Finish the second artifact enhancement event. Then we have another champion training event because we have the champion training tournament in the beginning. Dragon tournament is going to start on the 5th. It does not overlap with Dungeon Divers for the second one, but it does overlap with the third one. They are at the very same time. Then we have another Classic Arena takedown, and then artifact enhancement number 3, and then you have the summon rush. So it's up to you. You can either summon big time here and summon big time here, and then skip 10 fragments out of somewhere. Obviously, it won't be Classic Arena because you should be running your Classic Arena tokens down to 0 every day. But you could skip the second Dragon tournament and the third Dungeon Divers. So there you go. But that's going to be it for this long video. I'm sorry I rambled, but just kind of my thoughts on that. And we'll catch everybody next time. Good luck. This guy is worth it. So if I were you and you were me, I'd be telling myself, you go for this guy because I'm going for him. We'll catch everybody next time.